Every day, thousands of massive steel vessels quietly carry over 80% of all international trade by volume across the world's oceans. They form the invisible, heavily burdened backbone of the modern global economy. Think of global trade as this highly synchronized gear system. It relies on a philosophy called just-in-time delivery, where components and retail goods arrive precisely when a factory or store needs them, keeping storage costs close to zero. But this sprawling network only functions under one strict condition: an environment of absolute, flawless predictability. That baseline is disappearing. Rising global temperatures are rapidly altering the physical mechanics of the oceans and inland waterways that make this transit possible. To understand why modern supply chains are suffering from chronic delays and sudden cost spikes, we have to trace the physical journey of a maritime shipment across a map that is becoming increasingly hostile. The era of cheap, predictable shipping is over. Physical geography now dictates the pace of trade, transforming once passive transit lanes into active, disruptive barriers to global commerce. Disruption begins on the open ocean. As the planet's oceans absorb excess heat, surface waters warm, acting as high-octane fuel for tropical storms. A minor storm front can now intensify into a Category 5 typhoon in less than 24 hours, leaving captains with dangerously narrow windows to reroute their megaships out of harm's way. When a fully loaded vessel gets caught in these hyper-intensified storms, the physical consequences are severe. Ships can experience parametric rolling, a phenomenon where extreme waves strike the hull at specific intervals, forcing the entire vessel to whip violently from side to side. The immense physical stress of this violent rolling can easily snap the heavy steel twist locks meant to secure the stacks. The result is millions of dollars of cargo tumbling directly into the churning sea, creating massive financial liabilities and dangerous navigation hazards. But there is a quieter, more systemic disruption happening beneath the surface. This map shows the Atlantic Ocean's Gulf Stream current. As polar ice sheets melt, cold water pours into high latitudes, altering salinity gradients and decelerating major currents. Commercial trade lanes historically use these currents as underwater highways to boost speed and save fuel. When the flow slows down, ships encounter significantly higher resistance, forcing them to burn substantially more marine fuel just to maintain their schedules. Transit across the open ocean now demands a massive volatility tax. Logistics planners are forced to budget for severe cargo risk and thousands of gallons in unbudgeted fuel burn before a ship ever sees the coast. The shifting climate is drastically altering the world's narrow transit choke points. The rapid contraction of Arctic sea ice is opening the legendary Northern Sea Route, a shortcut that can slash transit distances between East Asia and Europe by up to 40%. Yet the operational reality of this northern corridor remains exceptionally hazardous. Mariners must navigate dense summer fogs and shifting fields of violent pack ice capable of breaching standard hulls, all within a remote environment entirely lacking deep water repair ports or heavy salvage tugs. And while the poles currently have an excess of melting ice, critical inland arteries face the exact opposite problem. Severe climate-driven droughts are drying up the massive freshwater systems that power gravity-driven lock systems, specifically Lake Gatun in the Panama Canal. To conserve dropping water levels, canal authorities have to enforce strict maximum draft limitations. Large container vessels are deliberately sailing severely underloaded, frequently leaving up to 30% of their cargo behind on the docks, just to ensure they have enough clearance to avoid scraping the canal floor. The financial sting extends deep into continental industrial networks. When summer heat waves dry up vital routes like Europe's Rhine River, industrial cargo barges must operate at a fraction of their total capacity. Factories are forced to divert essential goods onto already congested rail and trucking lines, instantly driving up regional transport costs. With polar shortcuts proving intensely dangerous and inland arteries frequently drying up, logistics planners face impossible choices between accepting multi-week transit delays or paying premium auction fees just to secure a transit slot. Eventually, every maritime shipment must reach land, But the world's premier coastal gateways face an existential threat from rising baseline sea levels. As water creeps up, it exponentially lowers the threshold required for high tides or storm surges to trigger catastrophic flooding at these massive, concentrated terminals. Modern container terminals are highly automated and intensely electrified. Ground-level power substations, high-voltage cranes, and automated guided vehicles simply cannot function once their components are submerged in corrosive saltwater. Even if the primary dock manages to repel the water, flooding frequently swamps the low-lying rail lines and highway networks immediately surrounding the facility. If trucks and trains cannot access the gates, the port effectively becomes an isolated island, halting the inland flow of goods in a process known as intermodal decoupling. The physical stakes are severe. When powerful storm surges push into coastal areas, the sheer force of the ocean can rapidly overwhelm seawalls, severely damaging local marine infrastructure and scattering adjacent equipment. Even if a cargo vessel successfully navigates the turbulent open ocean and unpredictable canals, the highly concentrated destination ports themselves remain fragile chokeholds, entirely capable of triggering multi-billion-dollar operational freezes. To keep these coastal gateways open, port authorities are undertaking massive structural adaptations. Surviving modern storm surges requires physically elevating dock terminals meters above their original baselines and pouring massive concrete seawalls around terminal perimeters. This introduces a dangerous economic divergence. Wealthy Tier 1 global hubs can issue corporate bonds to fund these massive fortifications. Smaller, secondary ports in developing nations often lack that capital, leaving them to face systemic degradation, reduced handling capacity, and eventual closure. Simultaneously, the industry is facing intense regulatory pressure to reduce its own impact on the climate. The International Maritime Organization has implemented strict, non-negotiable legal frameworks designed to force the global shipping fleet toward a mandatory zero-carbon future. To immediately comply with these tight emission mandates, fleets are deploying a tactic known as slow steaming. By deliberately operating container ships at much lower speeds, they drastically reduce their fuel burn and carbon output. While effective for compliance, this permanently extends baseline ocean transit timelines. Between the physical fortifications required at the coastlines and the incoming environmental regulations on the water, the maritime industry is going through its most expensive, capital-intensive transformation since the transition from sail to steam. The hyper-optimized, extremely predictable logistics model that defined the last century of global trade is permanently dead. Modern businesses must adapt to survive this new environment. Retailers and manufacturers have to abandon hyper-centralized supply dependencies, build larger safety inventories to cushion against seasonal choke point disruptions, and structurally budget for permanently elevated freight rates. The landscape of global trade is shifting fast, and staying informed is critical. Make sure to subscribe to the Deep Dive by Global Trade Gal podcast on your favorite platform and follow the Mondoro YouTube channel to keep up with these crucial conversations. Check the links in the description below to sign up for our newsletter and receive your free copy of our latest lookbook. And if you're looking to navigate these global supply chains to create, develop, and manufacture excellent products, reach out and contact Anita today. Thanks for watching.